I told him that the Chinese man in one of the companies was the illegitimate son of a member of the Standing Committee of China. He said that couldn't be true. The guy was born in the United States. I said that those born in the United States are indeed part of the Chinese Communist Party's gene plan. This American-born Chinese is one of the people who controls the secrets of almost all human beings. He has more information than the CIA. I said if one day he sits in the interrogation chair, you will ask him 2 questions: who was behind the Sinovac vaccine? When did Sinovac technology started, and what's the relationship between AI, Sinovac technology, and vaccines? I told him.
Hello, my name is Ava. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, Henry. Hi, Richard.
Hi, Ava and Henry and global fellow fighters take down CCP.
Hello, Eva. Hello, Richard. Thank you for having me on, and nice to see you guys.
Okay, I know Henry is have a very busy life, but still come to our broadcast on time. Thank you, Henry. So let's start the PPT.
Okay, thank you, Eva. Let's look at the first slide. Hypnosis also suggests that CD16 plus macrophages secrete exosomes containing spike protein when CD16 macrophages are activated by stress and inflammation. This hypothesis supports the possibility that maintain tracking at high altitudes activated CD16 plus macrophages to secrete spike proteins, thereby addressing the formulation of another thrombus. Passerino reported that platelet factors proteins secreted from activated platelets and spike RBD proteins can bind to each other, suggesting that interaction of these 2 proteins can be involved in the generation of the spike and the PF4 complexes, which could lead to platelet aggregation with the spike protein attached to ACE2 on endothelial cells, as shown in Figure 6. This hypothesis corroborates and morphological development of filamentous spike protein-related thrombin that was attached to arterial wall, as shown in Figure 2C, 2D, 3C, 3D, 4B, and Figure 6. Please look at the next one. Thank you. Endothelial cells. The RBD of the spike protein from COVID-19 can bind PF4 protein secreted from activated platelets. The RBD of the spike protein also binds to the ACE receptor in endothelial cells. The molecular structure of the spike protein is a trimer of the spike peptides, in which one spike molecule has 3 RBD domains that can bind either PF4 or ACE2. A spike and a PF4 proteins can aggregate and form filamentous thrombi that become attached to endothelial cells with the ACE2 receptor in the outer membranes of endothelial cells. Please look at the last one. Thank you. Moreover, analyzing the internal structure on 3D MRA images is critical for the diagnosis of spike protein-induced thrombosis. In addition, endoscopy is a very powerful tool for the diagnosis and a morphological examination of spike protein-induced thrombosis, as well as its differential differences diagnosis from ordinary thrombosis. Thrombi that form as a result of the presence of spike proteins are filamentous and attached to arterial wall, whereas ordinary thrombi appear to have irregular surface and more tightly adhere to the arterial wall. The Economy Health and Longevity Clinic provides 3D MRA analysis for wall visiting patients. However, notably, we have no experience in treating a patient with a filamentous thrombi before the start of COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. Furthermore, as diagnosed on the basis of findings on 3D MRA images, spike protein-induced thrombosis is correlated with high serine D dimer levels, and in turn, the presence of fibrin. Thank you, Eva.
Thank you, Henry. Now let's have Richard. Can you explain a little bit? I feel like I really want to understand it, but so I try my best. It's still cannot understand that much. So Richard, come on, help.
Thank you, Eva. Thank you, Henry. Actually, same to me. It's a big challenge for us, non-medical background. But today I think the topic is very clear. They explained how the spike protein thrombus are formed after the injection of the COVID vaccine. So but first, we understand that the CD16 plus macrophages, macrophages is one of the most important immune system cells. I Google, I searched on internet, and then I found that these macrophages, they engulf the pathogens or the tumor cells, like eat the tumor cells and then clear the debris and help to regulate inflammation, and after the injection of the COVID-19 vaccine, so obviously the spike protein entered these macrophages, and then after the patient suffer like a stress or inflammation in the body, these macrophages will secrete the spike protein out of the cell, but this cell will combine with TF4, in the body, the platelet factor 4, and then they combine together and then attach to the ACE2, attach to the the inner like skin cells, like endothelial cells, and then they form the thrombus. But this is the formation and procedure. I think it's clear. But the issue is that we can see the last one. They tell you the spike protein induced the thrombosis, and the ordinary thrombi is the difference is a little bit horrible to me. Like a spike protein induced thrombus is like a spike, like a pole, and in the cell and in the artery wall. But the normal thrombi, not formed by the spike protein, it's like a pile of a little pile in the artery wall, but not that spike, spiky. So it's a clear difference. So, and again, as we know that, the CD16 plus macrophages is one of the key immune system. They help to cancer and tumor. But now this spike protein of the COVID vaccine, they entered and damage this the immune system, immune cells, so that the body can no longer fight against the tumor. So this is the the mechanism of this COVID vaccine, damaging the body. Eva, I tried to explain it.
Thank you. But for me, I think the macrophages, this one actually is a good guy. And after you inject the vaccine, COVID-19 vaccine, then this guy become a bad guy. Is that right?
Yeah, become sick. The spike protein entered in the cell, in this cell.
Okay. So yeah, this one, and also I like we talked before, whenever people have got the COVID-19 vaccine, and then when they exercise, and like this guy, like the first page of PPT, page of the PPT, we talk about it like and very dangerous actually. So so maybe, yeah, because I need to learn more because I want to tell my friend who was got the 3 or 4 times COVID-19 vaccine, and I think better is not like not try very hard to exercise every day. It's actually it's very dangerous. So Henry, you want to share something?
Sure, thank you, Eva. So I cannot go very details like Richard did. It's, just to say this like this research findings show that there is there is a filamentous thrombosis that doctors never seen before the COVID-19 vaccination. As we discussed in our episode in our program, like a blood clot is not owning the problems. Another doctor, Dr. McConnell, in his testimony, he also stated that as a doctor, he has only seen 12 cases of myocarditis in his past, 2 decades. But now, after COVID-19 jabs, just in one single year, he could see more cases, more cases than that number of the patients. He immediately didn't know what was going on. According to him, by 2025, closer to 500 to 6,000 have lost their lives due to the COVID-19 vaccine. So yeah, so we were lucky because NFFC and then Miles Gore has warned us. So he saved a lot of lives. So that's why I always feel grateful for that, Eva. Thank you.
Okay, so what about let's take a look at Miles Gore's clip and then we come back talk.
中国的一切都被共产党给强奸了，以黑治国、以假治国的结果，我们要把这假给它让全世界知道这个左假黑如何的黑。现在全世界谁还相信共产党说的话？谁还相信共产党产品？谁还相信共产党是个合法的政府？他就是个黑社会。记住，华盛顿的爆料革命的灭共中心，欧洲的爆料革命灭共中心，亚洲的爆料革命中心，会未来把我们所有的我这3年爆料的这一切的精神，共产党的以黑治国、以假治国、以贪治国，通通消灭。我们让他掉入到塔西佗陷阱还不说，我让他全世界知道他就是黑社会，他就是最大的骗子。中国人种没问题，香港人已经证明了，日本人、亚洲人没有问题，韩国人没有证明，证明了我们黄皮肤没有问题。但是为什么我们那么多问题？就是问题的根源，共产党。只有消灭共产党，我们的精神意志、精神身体才能强大。
Okay, we really understand that now is with the Chinese people, we have not a problem because the system, the dictator in the CCP, then think about the Taiwan people, they have a democracy, so they can vote, they can use a truly vote. But since I was kids until today, I always heard, oh, there's people, I think it's no people against the CCP. The time I feel like, oh, everybody support the CCP that time, but now I know that's a brainwashed, very clear. It's actually you can you can say no in that system. So how about Richard? What do you think?
Yeah, actually, I totally agree with you. To take down the CCP is the first priority for the, interest of our, common Chinese people and common people. Because, Recently, I heard, somebody, they say that, oh, here in Toronto, they say, oh, we have a plan to go to China this summer holiday, and then this and that. I say, no, don't go, because it looks like it's going to be a chaos, and if CCP, the government gets some pressure, because, they are not the fellow fighter. I can't talk that directly to them, but I explained to them, oh, if the government, they got some pressure, like Iran or Venezuela, and then they're going to do bad to the foreigners, especially the Chinese people with the Canadian passport. They're going to kidnap you and do whatever, they can try to survive. So then I think I try to, persuade them, don't go, because I think this is the very good moment. And also, second issue is that, like you said, that, most of the Chinese people are good people, but they are brainwashed, completely brainwashed. And in mainland China, of course, 100%. But out of China, most of the Chinese people, speaking Chinese, they use whatever the app, and in Chinese, it's controlled by the CCP, right? So the news is like a fake news, and by those the Chinese like influencer, but supported and paid by the CCP. So most of the Chinese people out of China, they can't get the truth, right? Except they use a Getter, or some X now. So as you said, it's a key that if we don't get the brainwash, and then people will get much better, like including on the topic of vaccine, COVID vaccine, right? So yeah, that's my idea.
Okay. So when I was teenager time, because I grew up North China, and I still know it's North Chinese. They like to watching the TV, and everybody is salute, and they always see, oh, everybody raise the hand, oh, 100% passed, or 99.99 passed. That time. I never think about it's a fake. Now it's kindly once we know the truth, and I'm angry. So how about Henry? What do you think? Your teenager time, or when you grow up, you find out there's 100% pass things is a fake. What do you
Yeah,
think now?
yeah, exactly. Miles said he know exactly where the CCP's problem is. Once the CCP released virus and put strains behind a COVID-19 vaccination. Yeah, and also CCP interfere with in the American election and straight after the United States, BGY the United States. The CCP, I believe that the CCP will have its as he said, has its toes smashed, because the Americans, the CCP could buy some of the American politicians, but it could not buy off all of the Americans. This is exactly what Miles said. So I'm pretty confident that what will happen in the near future. Take down the CCP.
Okay, I think it's a time up. How about Richard? You want to share something or?
Yeah, time is up, and then what I want to say is that the collapse of the CCP is very near. It's very soon it's gonna happen.
Okay, so see you next time. Thank you.
See you next
See you next
week.
time.
Take down CCP. Take down CCP. Take down.